And right now, 6 on Your Side is taking a closer look at the state of mental health in Idaho, as well as resources available to those in need of help.
That's right. It's part of our expanded Finding Hope series. And this morning, Frankie Katafias is shedding light on one man's story as he continues to combat veteran suicide. Frankie.
Earlier this week, we introduced you to local veteran Conrad Jeffries and shared his experience with addiction and suicide. Today, I'm sharing how that experience has inspired Jeffries to help other veterans struggling like he once did.
When we're dealing with suicide, we're facing an enemy that knows no race, knows no religion. It doesn't care what your sexual orientation is, where you went to college, your social background. It simply murders America.
Suicide does not discriminate, and according to the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, it affects veterans and active duty military 1 to 2 times more than civilians.
I look at it, veteran suicide is not the problem. Veteran suicide is the outcome.
A majority of programs offered are only equipped to handle the aftermath of a suicide or attempted suicide.
But as long as we're in a reactive state, as long as we're working on only veterans, we will continue to fail, numbers will continue to rise.
Through his own experience and the testimony of others, Conrad Jeffries has spent several years developing a solution to combat veteran suicide across the country through his project, Shot at Dawn.
This project really has impactful, meaningful stuff to address all that. And that's another common thing with these vets is not a lot of them have seen combat that are actually committed suicide. It's the substance abuse, social, all these layers.
Conrad's 8 layers are common triggers within the veteran community that experts have linked to suicide, and not just with veterans, but first responders and civilians too. He believes preventing a suicide trigger can prevent a suicide.
If we're going to end suicide in this country, we have to stop trying to prevent it with a reactive state. And if we're going to do preventative measures, we have to look at what people are actually killing themselves for, and that's why I developed these 8 layers.
Conrad is so confident with his 8 layers, he's willing to present his solution to our nation's leaders.
I would say if President Trump implemented this form within the DoD tomorrow, I guarantee you within 12 months we would have some success stories on discharges and our suicide numbers would drop.
Conrad's method may not be proprietary, but his approach is original.
Instead of going out and talking to a bunch of educated medical professionals, why don't I talk to the guys that almost killed themselves, that survived this? So those 8 layers are breadcrumbs left behind by basically all the vets I've talked to that have beat suicide.
The Shot at Dawn project hopes to one day turn into a private facility that will offer professional help, unlimited resources, and state-of-the-art treatment for veterans at risk. Fundraising and securing donors is next on the list to put this plan into action.
If there's 22 million vets, active duty guard and reserve soldiers, that tells me 1/3 of this country is tied into them with family members. They tell me $90 million is too much money, I say hogwash.
If you'd like to learn more about Conrad's 8 layers or his project, Shot at Dawn, visit our website, 6onyourside.com for links.